You already know who is this. I am Carlos, the Colombian guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. And in this case, we're going to speak about the recent updates of my beautiful city, Cartagena, Colombia. And in this time was a European who arrived to the city of Cartagena, Colombia at the International Rafael Núñez Airport. Instead of he getting a taxi, he decided to jump in an Uber. And his driver never took him into his destination. Instead, he took him into this dangerous neighborhood named San Francisco, where the tourist was getting hold and he also was getting robbed over there. 10 guys, they let him go and the police could arrest this guy. So let's jump in the article. Let's speak about this recent situation in Cartagena, Colombia. Hungarian tourist was assaulted in Cartagena. They even used a machine for taking payments to empty his accounts. Elias El Musculito and El Ruben were captured after robbing a Hungarian citizen who had just landed in the capital of Bolivar. They managed to steal $1 million pesos from him through at the telephone transfers. Attacks against foreigners who come to the city of Cartagena to spend a nice vacation don't not cease, and due to crime, they become true nightmares as more and more types are modernizing their tactics to empty bank accounts. In fact, on the afternoon of Monday, October 28, La Heroica was the scene of a police operation that culminated in the capture of two individuals known as Elias Musculito and Ruben, who were caught red-handed after carrying out an assault under the guise of $1 million raid on a Hungarian tourist. According to information provided by the Metropolitan Police of Cartagena, the incident occurred just minutes after the foreigner arrived at the Rafael Núñez International Airport and was preparing to take a shuttle service to get to his hotel. The robbery took place when El Musculito approached the tourist at the airport, gaining his trust by communicating in English. Minutes later, the criminal offered to take him to his destination in the Gethsemane neighborhood where the tourist had a reservation. However, the route was diverted to the San Francisco neighborhood, an area known for its historic poverty, where the criminals demand $1 million pesos from the tourists on the tracks. The foreigner intimidated had to hand over 200 pesos in cash, while the rest was collected using a portable telephone that the assailants carried with them. They take them to some ATMs and it's not possible to make transactions. This individual gets one of these telephones that are used for different addresses and is there where they made the transaction, and it's all part of the evidence that is delivered to the Attorney General office for the prosecution of these individuals, initially for the crime of theft, and they are evaluating whether it's a concurrence of criminal ties violate there, say the Coronel Helbert Yesid Peña Araque. After the robbery, the criminals left the tourist on Larga Street in Gethsemane. The victim is still in shock, managed to contact a security patrol and report the incident, so the Metropolitan Police of Cartagena immediately activated a lockdown plan that allowed them to arrest the responsible for this. The timeline response and evidence collected by the Cartagena Metropolitan Police were able to determine the relationship of those arrested in the robbery committed against the Hungarian tourists. The institution said in a statement, during the operation, the officers managed to seize the data from several cell phones and the vehicle used in the robbery, a gray Chevrolet Onix with the license plate of LJR 210. Following the arrest of the two persons responsible for the death, the police placed them at the disposal of the competent authorities to face charges of kidnapping for extortion. In addition, both subjects have previous record for illegal trafficking and receiving stolen goods. Meanwhile, the Attorney General Office has begun investigation to determine whether the two subjects are linked to other cases. According to the police, 620 arrests for the death crimes have been recorded in Cartagena so far this year, which is represent a 10% reduction compared in the previous year. Community cooperation was crucial in the identifying and capturing these criminals. Police are urging citizens to report any suspicious activity confidentially through their contact lines. So situations like this, it's just ruining the Uber reputation and in driver reputation in town. If you guys don't know, Uber is a legal platform in Colombia, but they will never bother the passengers. They always will bother the driver, which is the one in charge of the car and which is the one in charge offering this service in the Uber platform. So it's gonna make things hard, for them. Like they always been fighting and struggling to work at the airport because all the Ubers or the cars, that they are no taxi, that you pick them up, that they pick you up from the airport, they are considered illegal service in the city and in general in the country. They always been fighting against, the police on the highway, all these people, they always trying to give them, a hard time. But my advice all the time is like, hey, I always recommend if it's your first time here, just get up. If you don't have a network, a plug on town that can recommend your driver, just go ahead. Once you walk out from the airport, you always will see like a line of yellow taxis. Those are the taxis that they are in charge of working with the airport. But a lot of foreigners, they don't feel like they need to get Colombian pesos, and instead of that, they rather use their phone to order a taxi from the airport. But you see like situations like this, also can happen, in the city like Cartagena, which is a very tourist city, you know what I mean? So also, like once you're walking out from the airport, in this case, international arrivals, well, like they always like they're trying to hustle you in the international arrivals because like in the national, they know it's a majority of the people, they're Colombians and they can get nothing from them. So you always will see like, guys that we're trying to offer you, Uber service, stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying you should reject these guys, but you just gotta keep an eyes, about where you're going, stuff like that. You just need to get a map, the address, of course. I know like majority of tourists got the address, but at least, just activate your maps and make sure like the Uber that you got, that is not from the app, that he just tell you he's an Uber driver that he's waiting outside of the airport, to get money, to get passengers. So at least, open your map, so you're trying to make sure they taking you to the real destination. And it's not going to happen like happened to this brother, because this is really bad, like you can get traumatized, like you planning to get into luxury hotel, luxury destination, and instead of that, the driver, they be taking you to another horrible destination. I'm not saying this food is horrible, but like the surroundings, like the situation you gonna be can be traumatized, and it can be really horrible for a lot of the foreigners in town. But thank guys, like the police got the justice, and these people, they would be on jail. They are on jail already, like the new mayor that we have, he always trying to do the right things. And with the police also, they trying to do the right things for foreigners and for locals in town. But also I have more information for y'all, because another foreigner got arrested at the international airport, Rafael Nunez, after he was trying to trafficking some white business on his luggage. Let's jump in the article and let's also speak about this. During a passenger profiling procedure at the Rafael Nunez Airport in Cartagena, the police confirmed that a foreign citizen was carrying more than 2 kilos of white business hiding in his luggage. The arrested man was placed at the disposal of the Attorney General Office to answer for the crime of trafficking, manufacturing, and carrying narcotic substance. So this is the current situation in my city. I hope you guys like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I also gonna drop out the links for all this news, so you guys can go ahead and watch, read the news without losing any details about the current situation in my city, Cartagena, Colombia. If you any day, anytime, any moment, any second, any minute, you guys feeling like coming to Cartagena, Colombia, don't forget to hit me up, because I own a tourist company. We offer tours like Volcano, Palenque, private boats, private Yachts, Probably Villas, and many other experience in town. You guys also can follow me on IG like CTG Connections. That's the name of my company. Feel free to hit me up if you are interested, in booking something with me. If it's not, no problem. I'm not forcing anybody to do that. Also, here is a Cash App that I have access for. If you guys, feeling like donating something to the channel, I really will appreciate that. Just make sure you say, for Carlos, so the person will realize, it's gonna be for me. So thank you so much. Thanks for everything. None of this would be possible without you watching me behind the screen. So see you soon, y'all. See you next time. This was Carlos, the Colombian guy. Boom, 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 boom.